Hello students, let us continue with chapter 2, a thief's story in footprints without feet. So take out your book and get ready for the same. So today I am going to discuss answers to 3 questions which are asked at page number 8. The first question is, who does I refer to in this story? So as we know very well, in this story I refers to the thief, and thief is a narrator in the story. Second question is, what is he a fairly successful hand at? So we know very well. So he was a fairly successful hand at stealing and robbing people. The third question is, what does he get from Anil in return for his work? So when Hari asked Anil if he could work for him, Anil said that he could not pay him. Finally, the agreement was that if he would cook, then Anil would feed him. It was the agreement. However, Anil soon found out that he did not know how to cook. Hari Singh did not know how to cook. The thief did not know how to cook. Therefore, he taught him how to cook and later how to write his name. He promised he would teach him how to write whole sentences and how to add numbers. Apart from this, when Hari went out to buy the day's supplies, he would make a profit of ₹1 a day. So this was all he was getting in return for his work. Now turn your book at page number 10 and let us continue with explanation. If text is visible on the screen, so you can read out from the screen. If it is visible, so look at the screen. Read and find out, how does the thief think Anil will react to the theft? How does the thief think Anil will react to the theft? What does he say about the different reactions of people when they are robbed? Does Anil realize that he has been robbed? So answer to all these questions we will get to know after finishing today's session. Let us continue. Anil was asleep. Anil was sleeping. A beam of moonlight stepped over the balcony and fell on the bed. So a moonlight was coming and it was falling on the bed. Beam means a ray or shaft of light. So a ray of light was coming and it was falling on the bed. I sat up on the floor considering the situation. So the thief, he sat up on the floor and he was considering the situation. He was thinking, if I took the money, I could catch the 10:30 express to Lucknow. So he was thinking that if he could take the money, he could catch the train of 10:30 express which goes to Lucknow. Slipping out of the blanket, I crept up to the bed. So after coming out quietly from his blanket, he crept up to the Anil's bed. Anil was sleeping peacefully. His face was clear and unlined. So clear and unlined. There was no stress on his face. It was an expression of carelessness on his face. Even I had more marks on my face, but on the thief's face there were more marks because he was in stress. He was stressed. Though mine were mostly scars, and on his face there were more scars, more sign of more lines. Overall, he was tensed. Okay. My hand slid under the mattress searching for the notes. He went to Anil's bed and he started searching for the notes. When I found them, I drew them out without a sound. And when the thief, Hari Singh, found the note, he drew them out without making any sound. Anil sighed in his sleep. Anil took a long breath in his sleep and turned on his side towards me. So Anil turned on his side towards the thief. I was startled and quickly crawled out of the room. So I was shocked. Startled means shocked, alarmed. I was alarmed and quickly left the room. When I was on the road, so when the thief was on the road, I began to run. He started to run. I had the notes at my waist. So he had the notes at his waists, held there by the string of my pajamas. So he was holding the notes with the string of his pajamas. I slowed down to walk and counted the notes, 600 rupees in 50s. So he slowed down and counted the notes. He found that he had 600 rupees in 50s which he had stolen from Anil's house. I could live like an oil-rich Arab for a week or two. He thought with this 600 rupees he could live like a rich person. He could live like an oil-rich Arab for 1 or 2 weeks. So he thought that with this 600 rupees he could live like a rich person for 1 or 2 weeks. So Hari started his work when Anil was sleeping. There was a little bit light over Anil's bed because of moonlight that was coming in from the window. Hari sat on the floor and planned that if he took the money and could leave the city by the 10:30 p.m. Lucknow Express train. Hari then crawled towards the bed and slipped his hand slowly inside the bed mattress. He looked at Anil, who was sleeping peacefully without a single line on his face, and Hari's face had so many scars on it. He realized that although he was much younger than Anil, he had such a bad appearance due to his wrong thinking and wrong work. On the other hand, Anil was carefree, careless, and thought good for others, because of which he had such a nice face. Hari then took out the notes without making any sound. Anil took a breath in his sleep and turned his side. He was directly facing Hari, which scared him a bit, and Hari quickly left the room. As soon as Hari left the room and was on the road, he started running and had kept the notes in his pajamas. He had tied it with the string of pajamas. Then, after a while, Hari slowed down and counted the notes. He had 12 notes of 50 rupee, each, which made it 600 rupees. Then Hari thought to himself that with this much money he could live a luxurious life like an Arabian sheikh for at least 2 weeks. Turn your book at page number 11 now. When I reached the station, I did not stop at the ticket office. I had never bought a ticket in my life. So when Hari Singh reached the station, he did not stop to buy a ticket because he had never bought a ticket in his life, but dashed straight to the platform. Instead of buying ticket, he dashed means ran quickly. He ran quickly to the platform. The Lucknow Express was just moving out, and the Lucknow Express was just about to leave the platform. The train had still to pick up speed, and I should have been able to jump into one of the carriages. The train was moving still slowly, and he was able to got into any of the compartment. Carriages means compartment of train. So he could got on any compartment, that because the train was moving slowly. But I hesitated. But the thief hesitated. For some reason I can't explain. For the some reason he could not explain, and I lost the chance to get away, and he missed the train. When the train had gone, I found myself standing alone on the deserted platform. When the train had gone, the thief found himself standing alone on the deserted platform. Deserted means empty platform without people. There were no one. So he found himself alone on the platform. I had no idea where to spend the night, and he had no idea where he had to spend the night. I had no friends, believing that friends were more trouble than help. So he had no friend, as he believed that friends were more trouble than help. And I did not want to make anyone curious by staying at one of the small hotels near the station. So as he had robbed Anil, so he did not want anyone to know that to know about his stealing. So that's why he did not want to stay in any hotel. So he did not want to make anyone curious about his stealing. So that's why he decided not to stay in the hotel near the station. The only person I knew really well was the man I had robbed. The only person I knew was the man, Anil, and whom he had robbed. The only person he knew in the city, and it was Anil, whom he had robbed. Leaving the station, I walked slowly through the market. So he left the station and started walking through the market, through the bazaar, through the market. In my short career as a thief, I had made a study of men's faces when they had lost their goods. So now he started considering his short span as a thief. He started considering his short span as a thief. I had made a study of men's faces, in which he thought that he was considering that he had made a study of men's faces when they had lost their goods, when they were robbed, when they are robbed, when they are stolen. The greedy man showed fear. So when a greedy man is robbed, he showed fear. The rich man showed anger, and when the rich man is robbed, then he showed anger, and the poor man showed acceptance. and the poor man, they showed acceptance. So he considered his short span as a thief, and he concluded that if a greedy man is robbed, he showed fear. If a rich man is robbed, he shows anger, and if a poor man is robbed, he shows acceptance. But I knew that Anil's face, but he knew Anil very well. When he discovered the theft, when he would come to know about theft, would show only a touch of sadness. So here he said that he knew Anil. He knew that if Anil would get to know about theft, he would only show a little bit sadness, not for the loss of money, and that sadness would not be for the loss of money, but for the loss of trust. But because the thief had broken the trust, so that's why Anil would get a little sad when he would get to know about this theft. So according to thief, Anil would not get sad because of he had lost money, because not because of he was stolen, but because of his trust was broken, because of the loss of trust. I found myself in the Maidan. So the narrator, the thief, found himself in a park, Maidan here, park, and sat down on a bench. The night was chilly. It was clear November. So the night was very cold. It was the month of November. It was early November. It was the month of early November. And a light drizzle added to my discomfort. And it was drizzling. It was raining lightly. The weather was very cold. And due to rain, it becomes colder. Soon it was raining quite heavily, and soon it started raining heavily. My shirt and pajamas stuck to my skin, and his shirt and pajamas stuck to his skin, and a cold wind blew and the rain across my face, and a cold wind started blowing and rain started going across his face. So it was a cold weather. It was the month of early November, and also it was drizzling. So suddenly it started raining. So all these things adding to his discomfort. So students, when Hari Singh reached the station, he straight away went to the platform without buying a ticket, as he never bought a ticket in his life. He had always travelled without a ticket. When he reached the platform, the Lucknow Express in which he had to go was just leaving the platform. The train was still slow, so he could have easily jumped and got on one of the carriages, but he did not do so. There was a bit of hesitation in him. Even he didn't understand why he had that hesitation, inside him, and because of that he could not board the train. After some time, when the train had left, Hari found himself all alone at the empty platform. Hari did not know where would he spend the night. He did not have any friends whom he could go to, as he used to think that friends were more of a trouble than being helpful. He did not even want to stay at any of small hotels, as that would attract attention. He knew only one person very well, and he had robbed him as well. As Hari was walking through the bazaar, walking through the market after leaving the station, he was thinking of his observations as a thief. In a short career span, he had realized that although everybody from rich to poor shows different reactions to losing their goods, but Anil would only be a little sad. That too would not be because of he lost his money, but because he has lost trust that he had on Hari. He would be sad that he trusted someone so much and the person had betrayed him. Hari was walking when he reached a park. He sat on a bench as it was the month of November. The night was a bit chilly and then the drizzle added to the discomfort that Hari was going through. It started raining quite heavily and Hari's shirt and pajamas stuck to his body. Cold wind was blowing across Hari's face. So it is all about page number 11. Page number 12 and answers to all the questions I will discuss in next video. Thank you.